Hello, chat. Welcome to everyone except those from Germany, because I don't think they can connect to the stream. There was a terrorist attack in Berlin. Have you guys heard about it? It's pretty nasty. But the international press doesn't mention it that much because it was the far left doing it. You gotta understand the German mindset, right? Planet Earth has only two ideologies. One of them is anti-fascism, which is the divine, angelic ideology. The other one is fascist. It's demonic evil from Satan. And so anti-fascists are the angels of light, and everyone that's against them is demonic, satanic. So what do you do when the angels of light commit a terrorist attack? Well, you don't talk about it. That's what you do. So there was this Antifa group. Most people haven't heard about it because the police don't give a shit about them. You know, it's Antifa. Now, they have done a lot of attacks in the past, but it was probably directed to the good people, like, for instance, against Tesla. But now they hit this power... This power plant that's supplying Berlin with energy during the winter. And apparently people actually need heating during the winter. So a lady died. The government is in a PR shit show because apparently they helped refugees before helping cancer patients. But I guess, you know, if you look at Germany as an economic zone where transactions happen, you know, cancer patients, they don't produce. Meanwhile, the young refugees, like, they produce a lot of children. They pump those German demographics so that the government can justify for more hate speech laws. And it's really nasty. Not kidding. Look at it if you don't know. Google it. Berlin blackout. Apparently they did it for environmentalism and to fight against artificial intelligence. You know what? Like, normally I would say I hope they arrest them, but at the same time, no, I hope Berlin keeps voting left. Like, you need to vote more left. I'm generally curious, like, how far can this go at this point? You know, it should have never gotten to this level, but since it did get to this level, let's see what's next. Like, I'm generally curious. Yes, like, keep voting SPD, keep voting CDU. Just, like, never stop. You know, in fact, just don't even have a democracy anymore. Just go back to having the Kaiser, like, put Merz as the Kaiser and make it so that he's the aristocrat, so that he has power forever. Because I like, from Romania, I'm just watching, like, a shit show, and I want to see, like, does it ever end? Or, like, I generally hope that Germany goes back to the Stone Age. Like, no more electricity, no more carbon. No more agriculturing, nothing, right? Don't pollute. Just don't fucking pollute. Like, have your environmentalist people govern over you. And make sure that you go back to the rock. Although even the rock probably produces CO2, so that may be dangerous as well. Anyway, and by the way, I'm not saying accelerationism as in if you vote left, eventually it will stop. No. Like, if you vote left, it will keep going. And it will stay there. And I'm generally, like, curious, just how more oppression is it possible, right? Like, can a nation just dismantle itself with stupidity? We'll find out. Anyway, SRC Maker, thank you for the $10. You know what Short Fat Otaku really stands for? Not idiot dev. It's San Francisco International's airport code. Used to fly to SFO a lot. I saw the title of your video and that's what came to mind. I see. Does Stalin count as anti-fascist? Of course Stalin counts as anti-fascist. Like, hold on, let me show you. If I'm not mistaken, Russia was actually funding the anti-fascist movement in Germany. I mean, look at this, right? The lost history of Antifa. 1945, right? What do you think this is? You know, like the hammer and sickle. What do you think this is? Like, the label anti-fascist, right? Like, they're not American capitalists. They're not with Uncle Sam. Like, they're not with the American Eagle, freedom. No, they're with the hammer and sickle. Like, they're literally with Stalin. Again, like, there's only two ideologies on mankind. There is no other path, right? Like, throughout human history, it's either fascism or communism. There's no in between. Something that I think Sargon is starting to believe, except he's not Antifa, he's something else. Okay, let's talk a little bit about short fat otaku now, since everyone is here. I will explain to you the mindset of short fat otaku, because this is interesting, right? So, you have like this controversy with the kindergarten or the daycare, whatever the fuck, right? It comes out, it's a clear cold case. Like, if you want to explain to a Romanian what happened in Minnesota, you don't actually need to get into it. You just say a daycare was paid $1 million by the government. That's it. Like, immediately the Romanian goes, grift. You don't have to go into details. You don't have to explain anything. It's just like that sentence alone, $1 million daycare, right? And if you show a picture, like if you want to go more and you show a picture with the daycare, like unless it's like something super high tech where like the elite sends their children and it's like this huge campus with like hundreds of kids, right? Unless it's that, grift. There's no other explanation, even with the Bidenomics, right? $1 million for a daycare. No fucking way. Like that's just like not possible. Like, let me put it this way, right? If I were to give you $1 million and I told you spend this on creating a daycare, it's physically impossible, right? Like, you try to spend money and there's nothing else to buy. Like, you've already bought everything. You bought the classroom, you bought the staff. Like, what more can you possibly need? You know, even like buying the most expensive food so that you can feed those children every single day, the most expensive Michelin 3-star dinner, you would still not spend $1 million. Like, you just cannot for a daycare. It's fucking impossible. It's legitimately impossible. So, like, if you actually tell me that the government gave $1 million grant to a daycare, that's a grift, period. Case closed. Now, apparently this one also was 1 out of 4,000. Like, this is another thing that Dev didn't care about. Like, 4,000 daycares in a 20-mile radius. Like, how many children are there? Like, how much are those people fucking? I thought that America legalized pornography, right? The right-wingers told me that the Jews, then blah, blah, blah. Like, well, those people are fucking like rabbits if they need so many daycares. Now, obviously, there's two things going on. Number one, the government is inefficient, right? So, like, they're subsidizing waste. Like, no one needs that many daycares, right? Like, if they happen like that, just stop subsidizing them because there's enough, right? Or they're scams, right? Like, they all register as daycares, but no activity happens there. The free market doesn't allow for 1,000 daycares on a 20-mile radius. Like, they go out of a business. It's impossible, right? Like, the competition is too high. I don't think you can have 4,000 coffee shops on a 2,000-mile radius. Like, you run out of customers. Like, people just don't go there. It's whatever. The learning phase, right? Like, it had learning written on it. Now, again, most people go like, oh, so what? They didn't know how to spell. It's like, motherfucker. Any parent going next to that would notice it. Any parent actually wants quality of education. I'm just saying. Now they didn't speak English. Well, if they didn't speak English, my brother in Christ, why would the American taxpayer fund a community that doesn't want to encourage their children to speak English? I speak English. I'm not even fucking about it. It's not that hard, right? Like, kids can learn it. It's not difficult. You can actually hire American teachers to teach people to speak English. Like, what are they supposed to learn if they're not learning as a kid? Anyway, right, that's just like another thing. Like, no kindergarten with the word learning on it exists. And if it does, they would change it. Like, people would point it out. It's like, what the fuck? You have like 4,000 competitors, right? Well, 3,999. People will send their kids to another kindergarten. Like, we're talking about the daycare, right? We're not talking about anything else. Even when I'm making my video game, I'm grammar checking and spell checking. Like, come on. But then you also have like the blacked out windows. I travel like again the daycares apparently, according to the left, and this is fascinating, are these like esoteric institutions that if you actually look at them, you're a pedophile. No, I'm not kidding. Like, this is how the left behaves on X. Like, if you take any interest in a daycare, you're a pedophile. And it's like, okay, I would assume that, like, first of all, people taking interest into daycare may be parents and have children, which is like a very foreign concept to the leftists. Like, they don't understand that there are these things called parents that actually do take their kids to the daycare, and they do actually want to see the daycare, right, before taking their kids there. Like, they want to see the facilities. They want to see that the place is run efficiently. They want to inquire about how much it costs. They want to see the living space. They want to see these things, right? Nowhere in my mind did it even occur to me that, like, going to a public business that is funded by the government to ask questions about that business would make you a pedophile. Like, what the fuck? You know, like, does intent not matter? Like, why was the person there? Well, he was to expose a grift. Okay, like, he wasn't there to oogle at children, because even if he was, like, that is, I gotta say, you know, that Somalian daycare, perfect defense against pedophilia. Like, you can't have pedophiles there if there are no children. So, you know, like, maybe that's, like, what they're trying to do, huh? Maybe there's so many pedophiles in Minnesota that, this is how the community is fighting against them, like creating 4,000 daycares, some of them being fake, in order to mislead the pedophile community, I guess, right? Is that how it works in Minnesota? Like, see, now that I'm looking at it through this angle, maybe it makes sense. This is why the government is funding $1 million, huh? Look, the whole thing is like, there are no black windows. I travel. I actually go outside, okay? And there are around 3 different daycares from where I live to where my wife works. None of them have, like, black windows. And all of them have children playing. Even in off hours. Like, there was another leftist going, he went during the off hours. So what? Like, there are children playing during the off hours. Like, they usually have playgrounds, right? And in a place where you have a lot of cars, there's danger and shit, like, yeah, parents actually do like to have their kids go there. And if you actually have your kid there, usually the daycare allows you. It's like, yeah, you bring your kid, let them play. What the fuck? I remember when I was, again, like the leftists, they didn't have a childhood. I don't know what the fuck happened. But when I was in school, we used to have, like, a football field associated to the school, right? And when the school closed, a lot of kids still stayed and played football there. Like, places that have children, yeah, have children during off hours. They still hang around. They still play, you know? Like, I remember going to the high school just to hang around after hours. Like, do leftists not do this? Like, did they not have a child? Again. What daycare opens at 2 p.m.? Well, it shouldn't be open, but, like, first of all, that interview wasn't at 2 p.m., right? But secondly, even if it's not open, you would still have children playing, and even if you don't have children playing, the staff was acting insanely suspicious, right? So, let's see, the learning, the $1 million grants from the government, the staff acting incredibly shady. Like, why would the staff act shady? Like, if I go to a daycare right now, do you know what they would do? It's like, oh, so, like, why do you want to see where the kids are? Do you want to sign your kid up here? Like, they're a business, right? They want more kids. It's literally how they get funding. Like, they require to have a constant influx of children in order to stay in business, right? Like, if you run out of kids, you shut down the place. They don't want that. So, like, they have to attract customers. Isn't that how it fucking works, right? Like, isn't it normal? Devin's like, oh, well, you need to schedule an appointment with the phone. It's like, not all the time. Like, if I'm like literally in my car and I see a daycare and I'm thinking, okay, well, in 2 years I want to put my son in a daycare. And I'm like, oh, well, might as well, if I'm here, I can check it out. And I go to the daycare. I want to see the facilities. I want to see, it's like, okay, how much does it cost? Can you show me where the kids are playing? This is absolutely normal, right? Like, this is literally how these businesses run. Same with schools, by the way, right? So anyway, most people watching this were convinced, and they were like, yeah, no, it's a fucking grift. But just so you know, like, now, the governor of Minnesota is stepping down amidst the scandal. Like, it's just like, what more do I need? And so, people are making fun of Dev, and they're saying Dev needs 50 bureaucrats to sign off on a government document before he suspects for even a moment that there just might be some fraud. In correlation to taxpayer subsidies, something that's the subject of constant fraud in various contexts, including medical PPP loans. And so Dev gets really upset, and he basically says, what I actually claimed is that there is no evidence in that retarded video. There is a lot of evidence of fraud, so much so that there have been convictions in the past. So in other words, like what he is constantly going with, just so you understand, he's basically like the math teacher who saw the video, and because the video didn't have this, he's basically saying, yeah, you reached the correct result, but you didn't use the correct formula. So let me explain to you what's in the mind of Dev, because I actually hanged around with him, so I know what he is thinking. And there are people who think that he is stupid. And in the beginning, I thought so too. I felt like, okay, you know, like if there's no lights up there, you can't ask what there isn't, you know, it's kind of like asking a 486 processor to play Dragon Age. Like, it just can't do it. It's a little computer. It can't, you know, you're asking too much. So I thought, like, maybe this is how Dev is. Other people say that he is bad faith, right? Like, he knows that there is fraud. He is aware that there is fraud, but he likes to be a cheeky little shit and he's going to argue. The thing is, like, look, he gets really upset, right? Like, he gets really angry, uses words like retard, uses fuck a lot. Like he generally cares about it. He is really butthurt over the fact that people do not believe him. So I'll tell you the thought process. The thought process is like this. Like, he initially believes that there is no fraud, right? He believes that right-wingers are wrong, right-wingers are dumb, right-wingers are stupid. Like, that's the reality in which he lives. And so he sees something like this. Right-winger accusing minority. Typical right-winger. Minority never does bad. And so he basically makes a statement, right? He makes a statement that the video is bullshit. But then evidence comes out, and it turns out that, well, there might actually be something there. And so when you understand how Dev thinks, he's basically a person that doesn't like to admit that he is wrong. He doesn't like to say, okay, fine, I was wrong. So now his brain is working like, how can I find loopholes? How can I find out, like, what else I can say in order to look that I wasn't wrong, right? So that now he's like pretzeling. Now he's basically saying, okay, well, look, there may be fraud, but the video doesn't prove it. So in other sense, like, you may have a situation where the guy actually went there, caused a public scandal, people investigated, the governor felt the heat, the governor steps down, and now there's like legitimate investigations into all of this. But Dev can walk away cleanly and say, look, there was fraud, but it's just accidental. It's just accidental. Like, if you watch the video, there is no fraud there. And it just like somehow happens that there was. Did you see what he's doing? He was basically doing the same when I was on the Archcast, and why I was screaming my fucking guts at him. It's very difficult to argue with a person that you know what they're doing and they're trying to take you for a ride, but like, you know they know and they probably think you don't know, but you do. It was the thing where I would call it. He would disagree with me, and again, like, I would call it on a vibe, right? Like, I can't actually go to the kindergarten, I can't actually knock at the door, I can't actually speak with the people by myself, but I see how they're behaving shady. Like, if you go on the street and you know how people behave, when you see people behaving shady, it like triggers the vibe, right? You can't prove them, but there's enough circumstantial evidence for you to be suspicious. And so, like, I get suspicious, I fucking call it. Dev goes like, you don't have like the smoking gun, so you can't know. And then it turns out that I was right, and he will say, oh yes, but like, this is the survivor's testimony. This is the survivor's testimony, or you call out so many things, like, eventually you're bound to be true. Like, in other words, you can never prove him wrong, right? Like, nothing you say, nothing you do is going to get him, yeah, okay, you were right with this. The Joe Biden situation, like I was saying, Joe Biden is mentally retarded, Dev. Like, it's obvious, okay? Anyone that has eyes can see that the President of the United States is not up there. Where he is, I don't know, but he's not up there. And he would always say, no, this is right-wingers being disingenuous. No, you know, like, he's just tired. Da. Like, literally parroting CNN. And then he comes to the Dungeons and Dragons stream one day, and he's like, oh, did you guys see that the President of the United States has been labeled by a doctor to have Alzheimer? And I'm like, no fucking way. Oh my goodness, was he? Holy shit, I would have never known. But this is where we're at, you know? And again, like, it's the same thing. Like, you can't prove that the President of the United States has Alzheimer, right? Like, you can't prove beyond the shadow of a doubt, because, like, I can't go there, I can't talk to him, I can't see his medical records. But I get to see certain clips where it's fucking weird. You know, and you can explain away the clips. It's like, okay, he sharted next to the Pope. You look at the clip, you hear the sound, you see the embarrassment. But maybe he didn't shart, you know? Maybe this is what, like, people are just trying to say, whatever. And then you see, like, another clip where he just turns his back and walks away the wrong side of the stage. And, like, again, you're not there, you can't talk to him, but, like, maybe he was misinformed, maybe he was nervous, maybe he was tired. But, like, they constantly add up, you know? Like, they constantly just keep piling on and on and on. And at a certain level, you're like, yeah, I think the president is demented. And Dev is like, no, I need the bureaucrat to sign in on it. I'm like, okay. Dev's reaction to all of this is quite informative as to why the trucker protest video hasn't come up yet. Well, no, I'll tell you why the trucker protest hasn't come up. It's not rocket science. It's very simple to explain. During the actual trucker protest, Dev was shitting his pants. And this is just my supposition. But you gotta remember, like, YouTube was a very censorious environment. Like, there were channels that got banned just for, like, mentioning that they're not for the vaccines. And when you see, like, your own government, like, cracking down on people in a way that's borderline illegal, like seizing people's assets and shit, like cracking down on peaceful protests, Dev was probably thinking, okay, my channel is everything. If I actually start making a video about this, either I have to not say what I want to say and then people will eat me up, or I actually say what I want to say and I risk getting banned. And so he didn't want to make the video. Now, lately, he can. Like, right now, if he makes the video, he can say whatever the fuck he wants. Nothing will happen. But he knows that at this point, people aren't really interested. And number two, he would have to go back, do the research, see everything, and he's lazy. He is fat and lazy. This is what's happening. It's not that, he doesn't have the correct take on the truckers. Like, I'm pretty sure he does have the correct take on the truckers. Because I kind of get, like, where he has the wrong takes and where he has the correct ones. However, if the truckers were VTubers, then he would have had the wrong take. I don't understand people anymore, V. Left or right. If something is wrong like this fraud, it's not a political thing. Just accept it and move on. It's the identity politics, man. Like, these people see the Somalians as angels and the right-wingers as demons, right? So, like, the narrative is that a demon went into this angelic city in order to start up shit. That's how they view it. I'm affected. Got electricity back today. Misinformation. I clearly seen Russians mentioned in the press. Not some left-wing loser. Is that some... No fucking way. Dude, like, I'm from Romania. They actually mentioned the exact group that caused the incident. They don't say Russian at all. Berlin here, misinformation number one. It was not a power plant. It was a single place burned through which high voltage cable were going to several districts. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like, a power plant is a little bit more defended, but holy shit. No, seriously, dude, like, it's if it was a right-wing group, like, can you imagine if like a right-wing group did this terrorist attack on Berlin? Like, the international press would talk about it 24/7. Left-wing parties would have speeches on why we need more censorship online. But because it's a left-wing party, people barely talk about it. JDA, thank you for the $2 because he's a loser. You forgot V. Dev removed himself from the gene pool. He doesn't care about children or the future left to them. The story of many leftists. Dev really wants to believe that children spend 8 hours a day inside with no natural light behind locked doors and it's normal. My local daycare has an outside play area. I would say, like, okay, fine. It's not abnormal to have like a daycare that literally doesn't have an open space. Like, let's say if I'm in Scat Francisco and there's needles on the ground and there's like people doing HIV, then I would probably want my kid behind the place with black windows and no sunlight. But even so, like, you'd still hear the children. You hear them. Like, anyone that has the misfortune living in next to a daycare, like, they know it's an issue. Keeps you up during the day. Like, they're loud. Children are extremely loud. Tubbers are the worst, especially the troll VTubers. No, you don't mean that. I don't think you mean that. Part of parcel of living in a modern democracy. How the hell he have fads in the first place? Well, he kind of does it. He's losing the... He's going to stream with Destiny, though. I think, like, his dream has finally been accomplished. You know, he's going to stream with his favorite streamer. That's pretty interesting. He wanted me or Sargon to go and to talk with Destiny about Biden stealing the elections. And it's like, my brother in Christ, like, had you invited me when that happened? Sure. But you're inviting me, like, how many years after? And not to mention, I can't say for certainty if Biden stole the elections or not. But when you have, like, an entire election where people vote by mail, like, I have to wonder, like, why couldn't people get vaccinated by mail then? Right? Like, can we vote by mail now? Right? Interesting. It's an American invention. Very, very strong. And Biden, the most popular president in U.S. history. I see. Sure. Why doesn't he talk about the controversy that Elon Musk stole the election with the satellite? I also like that one. And by the way, of course, like, you needed social media to censor conversations about... That's what convinced me, by the way. Like, again, it's a vibe. Like, I don't have evidence, I don't have proof, but it's like a vibe. You use social media to censor conversation about the elections. Like, at that point, yes, the elections are stolen. If you have to use social media to censor something, as an Eastern European, I automatically assume that the censorship is trying to censor the truth. Like, I lived under communism. It is what it is. By this logic, you know, let's do it like this. I would also like to invite Dev. I'll probably get a Russian. And I'll have to invite him to tell me how Putin stole the election. Like we can do it both ways, right? Like if Joe Biden stole the election and you ask me for, like, legitimate proof, or like, can you show me the papers? Can you show me, like, okay, fine. I can't. But the West and probably him also believes that Putin is a dictator, right? So, like, show me, how did Putin stole the election? How did Maduro steal the election? Like, is there evidence of Maduro stealing the election? I want to see, like, Venezuelan government saying that Maduro stole the election. Oh, Ace wants to be back on. Shit, I only streamed for an hour, so I got like 3 more minutes. But sure, I'll invite you back. I didn't know you want to come. I didn't know you want to join. He got very upset. Called me a piece of shit. Called me a piece of shit on his drink cast. I don't know what he calls it. But he was upset that I streamed with Ace. He streamed with Ace. His worst detractor is what he called you. I don't think I insulted him. I don't think, like, I did anything bad. Like, we didn't dox him. We didn't go through, like, some embarrassing thing from his past. Like, I think, you know, didn't try to cancel him. We just had a conversation, but, like, we talked more about prisons rather than talk about Dev, you know, because Ace apparently is a prison guard. You mean for the 2020 election stream? That is a good point. Why didn't he invite you? Why didn't he invite you? Maduro knows who was on the island. The Lilith cast. It's probably not going to happen. The Americans are really overestimating the abilities of the Venezuelan government if they think they stole the 2020 election. Yeah, Ace is the worst dev tractor. I love that dev tractor. God. But no, like there are like as a private citizen, right? When you can't actually go there, you don't have the access of discovery or the documents or anything like that. You can suspect that something happened. Like obviously you're not like in the court, and you need like beyond any reasonable doubt in order to prove something. You gotta find, like, for instance, I am 100% sure that Putin isn't like winning his elections legitimately. Like, can I go onto a talk with Destiny and to show like the proper paperwork that Putin isn't legit? No, I can't. But you know, like, you look at how everyone running against him happens to die. You look at how the polling is one way a couple of months before, and then when he runs is different. You also wonder, like, how is it possible that a leader constantly keeps winning elections after elections after elections after elections, right? Like, look at the United States. The United States, I do think that it's a democracy. Not perfect, but, like, close to everything else on earth. You don't have, like, a Democrat winning for, like, 30 years straight. Like, I mean, like, they change parties. You have, like, two ideologies. Do you have the same thing in Russia? No. Right? So, like, this makes me believe that, yeah, like, probably the Russian elections aren't on the up and up. Can I prove it? No. Do I believe it? Yes. It's kind of like in Better Call Saul, you know? I really like that scene, because as a lawyer, I had to appreciate it. Saul actually ends up working with a guy from the cartel, with Lalo, and he helps him get off. You know, like, Lalo actually kills someone, and Saul gets him to walk away free. Now, everyone knows what Saul did. Everyone is aware, but, like, there is this line. It's like, there is a difference between knowing and proving. And it's correct. Like, that's pretty much it. You know, like, you know, but you can't prove. He's not going to get arrested, but you already have opinions about the subject. Destiny has the worst takes. No, like, Destiny's actually doing good with subscribers, right? So, like, for the left bubble, Destiny is having good takes. Again, you gotta, when you look at the takes, like, which bubble is the person in? Destiny is a leftist, and he doesn't have CNN takes. I think that Destiny is, like, legitimately independent. Like, the shit that he is coming up with is not served to him. And so the stuff he is saying, yeah, he probably believes it. He is unhinged, like most leftists are. Like, if it was up to him, he would shoot all the right-wingers. And it's like, okay, well, I wouldn't say that he is different than other leftists, right? He's up there with Hassan. He's up there with Vosh. Let me actually see how many followers does he have. What is his name, though? Like, what is his channel name? Ah, okay, Destiny with a D from Democrat. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. So, holy shit, what happened in July? Oh, it's when he went on the Piers Morgan show, right? Holy shit, what happened in January? Oh, it's the controversy with the revenge porn shit? Like, is this what happened in January, right? So, like, he won a lot of subscribers, and then in January, it just, like, look at this. Holy crap. Yeah, like, this is when you notice that the YouTuber had a controversy. And you know, it's just, like, something bad happened. Yeah, and you kind of tell that he had the controversy because, like, in January, he lost a lot. But at the same time, if you look at the views were pretty normal, right? Like 7 billion and shit. Meanwhile, if you look at Dev is doing something that no YouTuber has managed to pull through. Although maybe he can be one of the first, you know. Trying to find this channel, but I forgot how he titles it. Is it like Short Fat Otaku or Short Fat Otaku? Give me a second so I can find it. Oh, Dev Short Fat Otaku. Okay, so Dev. The Social Blade is very case sensitive. Okay, I found it. So, not good, not good. The problem that he is having. Oh, he deleted videos. Holy shit, he deleted videos. A lot of them. He deleted 4.5 millions. Did he say something that he regrets? Why did he delete so many? In August. What happened in August? He was he in a controversy or some shit? That's interesting, right? So like he must have changed his mind on a talking point and didn't want people to see. Usually YouTubers delete videos where there's a change in terms of service. And so like you're afraid that it's going to be applied retroactively, like for instance, denying the sanctity of the elections, right? You then go back and you delete all the videos because you don't want your channel nuked. So like that's examples of when people delete videos. Another time people delete videos is when they change their mind, or they said something in the past and they don't want people to find out. But anyway, whatever. The reason that he is having these difficulties, and as you can see, like he lost 1,000 subscribers daily average, minus 33. The reason this is happening is because when you brand your channel, like for instance, you're for liberty, freedom, free speech, anime, whatever the fuck may be, right? You find your niche. If you try to force the audience to change their mind, you can't. It doesn't work that way. Now you can force your bubble to think about things differently, but it has to still be in your bubble. Like for instance, if I was to make a channel about anime and I really like shonen, if I was to suddenly start talking about Hollywood movies, I can't force my audience to like Hollywood movies. It doesn't work that way, right? So like the algorithm gets fucked. They don't know who to suggest my shit to anymore. The people that are watching me are bored because they wanted me to talk about shonen. They don't want me to talk about Hollywood movies. Now, I can probably talk about manga, right? Because it's like close enough. And so it's the same with the political commentary channels. Like if you're like a person that's hanging around right-wingers, you're hanging around me, you're hanging around Sargon, you're hanging around Arch, and you have like pro-right-wing takes, you're anti-woke, a lot of our subscribers are going to flood to you and you're going to grow. But the moment you're going to start spewing Destiny talking points, what do you think is going to happen? I'm just saying, you know, it's just how YouTube works. It's just like how the things, like, if you want to treat it like a business, if you don't want to treat it like a business, then it is what it is, you know. The thing is, like, that doesn't mean that you have to, like, be against yourself or whatever, but if I was to ever become a left-wing, like, let's say J.D. Vance manages to get in and he starts doing Bush-era shit, you know, starts with censoring the internet, starts censoring the things that I like, bans pornography, you know, like, he starts doing all of this shit. I would probably make a couple of videos. Well, the thing is, like, I would still be consistent because, like, my entire channel is against censorship, like, always has been. But, like, let's assume that I become a leftist. If I make lefty videos and I notice that people aren't interested, then I would talk about something else. I would just talk about the culture. I would talk about cartoons. I would talk about literally anything else. Like, I wouldn't make videos knowing that people hate it. It's like, or I would just start another channel, right? Like, you start another channel and you make your political videos there, because like you changed your entire worldview, I guess. And on the main channel you talk about other things, like you talk about the power outage in Berlin. It's a business, right? Like, your employees are the subscribers. Like, the people that listen to you are the ones that dictate what they want to hear. You can't force them to hear something they don't like. I am a leftist, whatever. I'm a leftist, I guess, except in the voting booth, because like when I'm in the voting booth, I always voted right. So, meanwhile, Nick Fuentes is a right-winger that votes left. Walking corpse. If I was to become a left-winger, I'd have suffered brain damage. I think I could become a left-winger, actually, if they drop the identity politics and you would have, like, leftists arguing for free speech, freedom of expression, the shit that they used to argue for. Yeah, I mean, I probably would become a leftist. Like, I generally don't have, like, loyalty to a party. I'm like, what year is it? What are the current talking points? And what are you giving me? That's, like, I already know what I want from life. And if a political party gives me what I want, then I vote for them. It's simple as. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to vote right-wing constantly. I hate censorship. Simple. If you're the party that brings censorship, I don't vote for you. Dev started parroting Destiny's talking points. Then people realize they can just watch Destiny and get those talking points as well. And this is literally what I told to him. And I was playing D&D and I said, it's like, look, I don't need to listen to your channel. I just watch what Destiny is talking, and I know what you'll be talking about next week. In my opinion, anyone left of a social democrat is either stupid, naive, or criminal. Any other era in history, I'd be a leftist. The reason that I don't like leftism is because they tax me. It's not difficult to understand. It's a no-brainer. I don't like taxes. I want small taxes. But if it was like a leftist party that's like, okay, freedom of expression for arts, you know, let music sing about whatever they want, let artists draw whatever the fuck they want, let video games exist, right? Just like freedom of expression, free speech, all of that shit. Yeah, I would vote for them. Except they also argued for gay rights. Leftists now argue for gay rights, but historically speaking, leftists were extremely anti-gay rights. Like, in Venezuela, Tucker Carlson literally applauded the Venezuelan president for being very strong against gay marriage. In the Soviet Union, they would arrest gay people. Like, historically speaking, leftists were not pro-gay marriage at all. And I'm talking like proper leftists from communism, right? Like Soviet Union. I think like even now, the Communist Party of China bans pornography. Like, no, leftists, historically speaking, were very conservative socially. Economically, not so much, but socially, especially if you look in Africa. Like in Africa, you have nations that are socialist, right? Like incredibly seize the wealth type of mentality, especially from the white boyar. But socially, they're so extreme that the guy that says, let's lock up gay people is actually the progressive one. Like, he at least treats them as if they're still human. And it's like, yeah, like if you have in Africa, like a guy that says we need to lock up gay people, like that's the radical extremist position because he actually doesn't want to shoot gay people. Like, that's how bad it is in a lot of African governments. Like, this is why the left is very uncomfortable when you allow a left-wing politician from Africa to speak. If you actually want to know how bad it is, they have like when the Pope actually died and they were to elect a new one, I was like, oh my god, are they going to put the African Pope? Because the guy is a motherfucking Chad. Like, when it comes to LGBT issues, you think like Nick Fuentes is extreme. No. Homosexuality was considered a bourgeoisie perversion. Yes. Rock and roll music was considered a degenerate capitalist perversion. Right? Like anything that came from America, especially like stuff like rock and roll, was degenerate. To quote a response from Stalin, from a British communist, a degenerate. Yes. I would have liked the African Pope too, but you gotta understand how the Catholic Church operates. Like, they're very simple to understand if you look at them historically. The Catholic Church is not just a theological institution. Although, like, in main part it is, right? Like, they probably generally believe about saving souls, although, I don't know, like, lately after the popes they're electing, I have my doubts. But the Catholic Church is also a political institution, right? And so they look at, whenever a pope dies, they reassess world politics. And they're basically thinking like, okay, what's going on the world right now? And what type of pope should we elect that is going to be advantageous for us? And so in the Cold War, they were looking at what the world looks like, and it's like, okay, we got the communists that are literally destroying churches, and they're killing priests. There is no negotiating with that. Like, we can't find any consensus with them, right? So there's no point in even trying. And so we're going to choose a pope that's an anti-communist. And they did. Like, the singing pope is actually one of the greatest weapons, the greatest spiritual weapons that the world had against communism. Then you have, like, modern times, right? And they look at the world again, and they're like, what's happening? Well, we got the World Economic Forum. What is that? Well, that is the place where all the world leaders and all the CEOs and influential people gather. And so, like, okay, what do they LARP about? They LARP about environmentalism. Okay, we're going to elect a pope that's pro-environmentalism, pro-gay, pro all this shit. Now, they looked at the world and it's like, what's happening? Well, kind of the wokeness is on the out. America is reasserting itself. So we need a pope that's American and is not big on LGBT issues, because those are a trend that has gone away, but, like, still big on environmentalism. So yeah, you end up with comic popes, yes. I missed some super chats. Sorry, let me see what's You're going to hate this take 100%. This is due to my transition. Feelings are more real than logic. This is why your belief about Putin doesn't need proof. It's logic filtered through the lens of emotions for us humans. No, it's not. It's not like it's emotion. It's just like circumstantial evidence. There's only, like, so many people that can accidentally fall through a window that happen to be against Putin, until you start thinking like, yeah, I believe this guy may be a dictator. The US is a republic designed to protect us from the tyranny of democracy. Yes, I know. But what I was saying is that I generally believe that the United States is functioning like people are voting and the votes actually matter. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, if people generally vote Democrat, you get Democrats. If people generally vote Republicans, sometimes you get Republicans. The VTuber Paudur is back from her hiatus. I believe she was on the Archcast a few times. Maybe invite her here. Maybe I will. I don't know who Paudur is, but... thank you for the $2, Mario. The only communist country where homosexuality was not outright criminalized was East Germany, just because you can't take degeneracy out of Germany. Yeah, I said that, and it's true. East Germany, during socialism, actually had a committee of old ladies. I'm not kidding. Like, imagine this. You had, like, a table where, like, 4 or 5 elderly ladies were sitting, and they were watching pornography videos in order to say if they're approved for the socialist consumption. Like, if the pornography is okay for the socialist mindset. I don't know what they were checking for. Hold on, let me actually look. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. I wonder if ChatGPT knows. Was there a committee in East Germany during the Cold War era that was reviewing porn videos? GDR institutions? It's a niche fact. It's digging big dipper on the topic, and my phone battery died. Fuck. You guys are going to see a dead troll soon. I need to buy a new charger. Like my current charger is heating up my phone too much, and it's not charging properly. I think I'm ruining the battery if I keep using it. My God, like it's still looking. We'll allow it to search. But yeah, it's like from my knowledge, East Germany was like the only Soviet nation that allowed for pornography. Stasi Canas, yes. The Joy Division, no, that's not porn. That's real life. I think it found something. The fact that it's still looking, it's kind of concerning. It's looking through the academia. You'll never know the truth of the mysterious land of the DR. Japan had a similar thing. Retired police on pension get a second paycheck watching and censoring their porn. Japan is actually the most hilarious one. From my understanding, this is actually how tentacle porn came to be. Japan had a different society that was like less promiscuous. Let's put it like that. Like women would actually walk with their tits open in public. Like it wasn't considered a problem. It wasn't taboo. You know, it's kind of like we have women now that show knees, and that in the Middle East is horrifying, right? And so yeah, it was the same there. You literally had women tits naked, and they were bathing with children and stuff. Like it was the problem. And when the priests came, when the Jesuits came, they were horrified, right? And it was a stigma. And because like the emperor wanted good relationship with the West, they were like, okay, well, he banned certain clothing, and he also banned pornography and art. But later on, Japanese people invented like the tentacle porn. It's a famous picture with the fisherman's wife. And the reasoning was, well, there is no porn there. It's no penis. It's the tentacle of the monster. Like it belongs to the monster, so it's fine. And they also do the pixelation thing, which is the perfect Japanese way, you know, like saving face while still doing the thing. It's like, look, we're not showing pornography. It's censored. You can't see it. You only censor the genitalia. So they even have like standards and shit. So in East Germany, there were official film approval committees. Filmanbame, Begugtext. See, like this is look. This is the problem that I have with Germany. Like you can see that it's a collectivist nation just by how they're doing it with words. Like this is one word, okay? I just want people to understand this is one word, and I have to pronounce this. Begutachtungskommissionen. Begutachtungskommissionen. Like why can't, right? So like the committee of film, I believe, right? But they literally have one word for it. It's like why can't you just like have 3 words like normal fucking people? What is wrong with you? Anyway, chat. CP was banned in the 90s in Japan. That is actually true. But there's like something that's not really mentioned. There's like two interesting things. So, child pornography was actually a lucrative business legally, I think. Especially in Norway. Like Norway was releasing back in the day, a couple of decades ago actually, it was releasing full print and paper stuff. Germany also had it. Japan had it, but like the thing with Japan is that people actually prefer drawings over the real stuff, and so they didn't take it seriously. But there was actual international pressure, and yeah, like they did ban it. I think like Japan is one of the latest countries in the world to ban CP. But the reasoning, I think it was in the United States, it was one of the first countries that banned it, was that you can't produce it without committing a crime, and they were right. And so it became illegal before computers became a thing, right? So but there were magazines in the past where people would buy it, and they were on the up and up, like they were actually legal for sale. Anyway, Japan banned it in 2013. Yeah, I remember. Like it's really late. There's news articles with Americans getting horrified because they would find it on the internet and there was like no recourse against it. Like back then, the internet was a lot more free and you couldn't just like take down a website. And so they would report it to the FBI, and the FBI would be like, "Well, it's not in our jurisdiction. It's not in America. It's in Japan." Until recently, Japan's federal age of consent was 13. Yes, but it's a little bit difficult because while the federal age was 13, the state level, like the prefecture level, was usually 16 or 17. So. Everyone should look up Unit 731. I'm aware. If you want to see like something else that's fucked up, Germany actually performed some really bizarre experiments where the government actually took children and placed them with pedophiles. The reaction was that the reasoning being that pedophiles are more likely to love children. I'm not even kidding. You can Google that. And the German Green Party was involved in scandals because like they had kindergartens where they molested kids, but more importantly, they were pushing for legalization of pedophilia. And that was like a decade ago or so. Like, sorry, 2 decades ago. Like, look it up. They apologized recently. Like, it's official. So Germany is usually very bizarre when it comes to these things. Anyway, right. It's been an hour chat, so thank you for watching. I hope you guys were entertained. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, right? So like 2 more days until the Under the Bridge podcast, and I'll have Amalgamite, and I'll also see about this new VTuber that you guys suggested. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.